It almost seems too much of a glorious day to tell you a really fucked up, demonic horror story. So I'm just gonna tell you how it is. There was a couple that had been together for about 6 years, only been married for about 11 months. They were really happy, got a lovely house, didn't have any children, but they had a really cute little dog. So life was good, life was really good. Both really sensible people, had great families. Everything was as normal as you could possibly imagine. This lady called Lynn, she was your pre-average type of lady, really. She wasn't, you know, fucking that crazy or anything like that, and her husband was a little bit into sort of like the paranormal and stuff, and he liked a bit of horror, so he got her to watch like The Shining one night, and she fucking hated it. It was just not up her street. She was terrified. So you know, Lynn was quite a normal, boring woman, to be fair. There was nothing that interesting about her. Nice girl, but nothing that interesting. Anyway, so that was that. They were having married life, things were good, they were planning for the future, and it was just a regular Wednesday morning. They both got up for work, getting ready to go, and Ben, who was the husband, had gone into the kitchen, made himself a coffee before leaving for work. So grabs his keys, and as he's leaving in the hallway, he notices like long dark hair and these fucking eyes peering over the hallway, like doorway, and he fucking shit himself. And like to the point where he literally spilt his coffee down his trousers. And it was Lynn, and she was peeking around the corner of the hallway, and he's like, what the fuck are you doing? He's like, fuck me, you scared the shit out of me, Lynn. And she didn't say anything at first, she just stared, and he's like, Lynn, what are you doing? And then all of a sudden she started laughing, said, I told you I'd get ya. He's like, it's Wednesday morning, love, we're just going to work, what the fuck? And so he kind of just laughed it off, gave her a kiss and said, I'll see you later, you fucking weirdo. And that was it. And got home that night, and he's like, what the fuck was that all about this morning? And she's like, what? It's like peeking around the corner. And she didn't say anything. Anyway, that was kind of the end of that. And a week or so went past, and he woke up really early in the morning, about 2:30, 3 o'clock, and he needed a drink. So he went downstairs and he went into the kitchen and he poured himself a water, and he was just drinking his water. And whilst he was sort of like in the kitchen alone, obviously it was quiet, he just felt this sudden horrible feeling that he was not alone. And he looked down under the island of his kitchen, and peering up at him was Lynn, just fucking staring at him with this awful open grin, so you could kind of see all of her teeth. And I mean, he fucking shit himself. I mean, he didn't know what to think. She didn't say anything, she just stared and just was looking up at him. He's like, what the fuck, Lynn? And the most horriblest thing was, she was on all fours and she started crawling back out of the kitchen, saying nothing, just wide-eyed staring at him. And then she crawled out of the kitchen, and he didn't speak after that. He was just like, seriously, what the hell have I just witnessed? Because this is fucking truly disturbing. I mean, fucked up, truly disturbing. And he just didn't want to go to bed. He was terrified. You know, fair enough, one little joke on a Wednesday morning, but this at 2 o'clock in the morning, hiding under a bloody counter in the kitchen, nah, that's too much. Eventually he did go to bed, and he walked upstairs and she was sound asleep, like on her side, was checking her breathing. She was sound asleep, and he just thought, that's so weird, unless she's lying about that as well. And he sort of crawled into bed and just watched her for a while, and she just did not stir. And he just thought, what the fuck? I mean, he didn't get much sleep that night, as you can imagine. So that was that. And he approached her on it the next day. Lynn, what the fuck was that all about last night? And she's like, I thought you liked being scared. And he's just like, not like that, I don't. Not at fucking 2:30 in the morning. He's like, what are you playing at? She's like, just a fucking weirdo. And she just walked off before giving him a kiss, going, I've got to go to work. She just like completely laughed it off. Anyway, time passed, and he just thought, okay, I just need to get this out of my head because this is just fucked up. So he just tried to get on with everyday normal things because he didn't want to think about that too much, because that was just fucking weird and odd, and the more he thought about it, the more it was giving him the ick. So he had to put it to one side and just move on, and just thought she was just having a moment. Anyway, so weeks went past, nothing had happened, and they sat down and to watch Netflix one night, and it was Saturday night, just chilling, and he's like, you haven't done any of the peeking lately. He's like, have you stopped that already? Like, got his arm round her, like kind of light-hearted, bit of a joke. And she turned around and she said, who said I've stopped? Maybe I've just got better at it. And then he just went fucking cold. He was just like, shit, like, is she still doing it? And he just thought, who the hell have I married? Because this ain't the same girl that I married, because she just wouldn't come out with shit like that. And then there was just a string of, literally, he would be in the living room, she'd be peeking through the curtains, and then she would peek through under the sofa around the corner, and it was just like fucking disturbing. You know, you go to, you think you know somebody and they start to do this, and he was just getting freaked out. He was just really nervous, really jumpy. It was starting to affect their lives together, to the point where he just couldn't say anything, because he was scared to approach it. And then eventually things did calm down, but it just weirded out the marriage big time. Anyway, it was a particular day, and this is where the shit hit the fan. And he went and had a shower, and basically he was in the shower minding his own business, doing what he normally does, and he just got this overwhelming feeling that he was not alone. And he'd felt this feeling before. He was beginning to understand what this meant, and terrified, like, he turned around where the curtains were, and no word of a lie, Lynn, his wife, was poking her head through the curtain of the shower, staring at him, like giggling. She was so excited, she was shaking, her teeth were rattling. She was just like fucking almost like getting off on it, like just staring with all this water running down her face. And I mean, he jumped back, fucking hit his head on the tiles, and was just like, fucking hell, Lynn, what are you playing at? And she just stared at him, and he was so scared, like so scared. He was just like, I don't know what to do. Okay, so basically he just hit his head. He was shitting himself in the shower, and she just pulled away from the shower curtains slowly, and he just saw this silhouette of her figure standing outside the shower. He sort of blinked a couple of times, washed sort of the soap out of his eyes, and then the bathroom door slammed, and he was like, fucking hell, she's gone, thank fuck. So he turned the shower off, grabbed a towel, and was just like, locked the door instantly. He was just like, I am not fucking going out there, she's fucking psycho, I can't. He just did not know what to do. He just wanted to stay, you know, in the bathroom. He just was so scared, but he knew he had to get himself together. He's a grown fucking man, like, he just had to get himself together. So he's just chucked some boxes on, dried himself off roughly, and he's like, right, I'm gonna open the crack of the door and see if she's peering down the hallway. He was half expecting that to happen. He's like, I don't know what. He slowly opened the door, peered his head out, looked down the hallway, nothing there, and he was waiting for a few seconds thinking she's going to pop her head out by the stairs, she's just going to start crawling. Anyway, nothing happened, and so he shut the door and he just thought, where the fuck is she? I know she's about, but where is she? So he stood there for a few minutes, and then he heard the cupboard door go in the bathroom, and he looked behind him, and she'd fucking hid in the cupboard in the bathroom, staring at him, going laughing like this freaky laugh, and she's just like fucking shaking with excitement, that she's got him again, and he's just like, fuck. He literally just runs out, and he just fucking runs down the stairs as quickly as he can, grabs his car keys, like literally in his boxer shorts, and he fucking runs to the car, and he's like, where am I going to go? He's like, right, he just drives to his brother's. And turns up at his brother's house, and he has to explain everything to his brother, and his brother is just like, what the actual fuck is going on? He couldn't believe it. Like, Lynn's just this incredibly normal woman. I mean, she's been in their lives for like 6 years. They've only just recently married. I mean, Jesus. So he was just like, I don't understand it. He's like, I don't fucking understand it. I can't go back to the house. I can't. This has been going on for months and I cannot handle it. He's like, well, stay here tonight, mate. You're welcome to stay here. So Ben stayed on the sofa that night, and it was about 3 o'clock in the morning, and he had that overwhelming feeling that he was being fucking watched again. And when he looked out, when he got up off of the sofa and looked out of the window, there she was, fucking staring at him through the window. He jumped out of his fucking skin, and he could not handle it. And he woke his brother up, and by the time his brother got downstairs, she had disappeared. And he was just like, I can't do this. So he spoke to his brother and he said, right, well, you're gonna have to get your things, you're gonna have to come and stay with us, you're gonna have to end the relationship, this cannot carry on. So his brother agreed that he'd go with him to the house to pick up his things, and they drove over there the next morning, like very cautiously entered the front door. Ben knew that he was not going to be alone, and he just thought, perhaps she won't do it because my brother's here. And so they sort of gingerly looked around the kitchen to see if she was there. Nowhere to be seen. And then he's like, right, we need to go upstairs and get your stuff. So they kind of walked upstairs, and they went into the bedroom and he started to grab a few bits and pieces. And when he went into grab some clothes from the closet, he looked down and he could smell something. It stunk of like rotten flesh, and he's just like, the fuck is that? So he pulled some clothes out and there was a set of eyeballs in the closet, and he's just like, oh my god. He jumped back. He's like, what the fucking hell? He's like, there's eyeballs. There's all these different types of eyeballs. I don't know if they're from animals or what. And he's just like, fuck me. And there's a trunk at the end of their bed where they keep their linen and stuff, and it was slightly ajar, and it makes like a creaking noise when you open it. And he heard the creaking noise of the trunk opening at the bed, at the bottom of the bed. And when he turned round, he saw these set of eyes staring back at him. And she was laughing, she was shaking, like was so excited that she got him again. And he's like, fuck this. He's like, Lynn, what are you playing at? And she jumps out of this trunk and she's got a shard of glass and she's like running at him. So he's run out of the bedroom, and she's like jumped on his back, and he's like scrambling to get her off, and he manages to fucking pull her off. His brother is just utterly shell-shocked, like he saw it for himself this time. He's like, fuck me. And they literally run down the stairs as fast as they can, and they go to the police station. It's just like, I can't do this anymore, this is too much. So they go to the police station, and he's like, his brother was saying to him, look Ben, you need to ring her, that she's mentally disturbed, she needs help. And he's like, I'm not ringing her, I can't ring her, I can't. It's just demonic. Whatever is inside of her is demonic. It's not Lynn, it's not my wife. He's like, you've got to find out where she is, she needs help. And then he gets a text message when he's in the police station, and it's Lynn, and basically she turns around and says, I can see you. I mean, what the fuck? So she's followed him to the police station, and I don't know how the story ends, but what a fucking story that is. I mean, the woman was clearly possessed, demonic. It just does not, it literally gives me shivers. I can't handle it. How fucking freaky is that?